Hey there, everybody. How you doing? Right now, it is Saturday, December the 22nd. It's about 9:30 at night, and I know it might be a little bit late for doing a live stream, but I definitely wanted to do a live stream before tonight ended. And really, I just want to share some updates with you. I wanted to let you know about some stuff that'll be coming up pretty soon here on Equipped, both in English and in Spanish. It's going to be available in English and in Spanish. Now, if you just bear with me for just a second here, I am trying to share some of this stuff to Facebook and things like that. So, give me just a second. But I'm gonna update you on something that. There we go. Okay, I'm going to update you on something I've got coming up. It's already ready. It's pretty much ready to go. And what it is that you probably saw it there on the thumbnail, the upcoming teaching series that I'm going to be starting, and it's going to be on the prophet Joel. I got to tell you that the prophet Joel is one of my favorite prophetic books. Now, in case you didn't know, I did an advanced degree. I hold a PhD in biblical studies, and specifically it's in Old Testament studies. And while I was doing my PhD, you have to choose which area you're going to focus on. So mine was biblical studies, specifically Old Testament, but you have to get even more specific than that. So there were some people in my PhD program that would do, for example, they did the Pentateuch, others did the Psalms, others did just different portions of the Old Testament. Mine was the minor prophets, what we know as the minor prophets. In the Hebrew Bible, it's known as the Book of the 12. And one of my favorite of those books in the minor prophets was the prophet Joel. Now, I also love Amos. During my master's program, I did my master's thesis on the Book of Amos. Absolutely love those two books. All the Book of the 12, or what we know as the minor prophets. That's my favorite portion of the Old Testament. And so what I've decided to do is that I'm going to do a teaching series on starting with the book of Joel, and then we'll see from there if I go on to Amos or backtrack to Hosea. We'll see. But that body of literature right there, I absolutely love it. Now, it's going to be available starting this upcoming week, the day after Christmas, and there'll be. Let me show you something that I worked on. This video is already ready. I just need to shoot it out live, but it's already ready. And I'm going to go through this timeline right here. Now, this isn't specifically for the book of Joel. I've done a timeline like this before on the history of the nation of Israel, Old Testament events. This is so important. If you want to understand the Bible better, I'm telling you, if you can get just a good understanding of this information that's right here, I'm telling you, this will... I'm not exaggerating. This will open up a whole new level of understanding for you if you understand this stuff right here, this timeline right here. And so one of the very first videos that will be available will be an explanation. I'm going to give an explanation of this timeline right here. I'm going to go through. Now, just so you're aware, when you access this video, which again will be available on Wednesday, December the 26th, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time from here to here. Really, where I'm going to focus is this line right here where it says division of the kingdom forward. That's where I'm going to focus, because really this is the information that's really going to help you to understand the messages of the prophets. And as we're starting off with the prophet Joel, it's really going to help you understand the message of the prophet Joel. This right here, I'm telling you, when I learned this information in Bible school and just started digging more deeply and understanding this information more, this opened up all kinds of just new understanding. I mean, it just did absolute wonders. Now, I've been in church all my life. I've been in church literally, well, as my parents started taking me to church when I was 2 years old. So I guess not all my life. But I've been in church just about all my life. And I didn't learn this until pretty later in life. And when I did, I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating, it just opened up so much for me personally in understanding the Bible, and specifically the prophetic literature of the Bible. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, the book of the 12, which is Hosea through Malachi, just did wonders, absolute wonders for me in understanding the messages of those prophets. And so the very first thing that I'm going to make available to you is going to be an explanation of that timeline, the history of Old Testament events. It's going to change you. It will absolutely. I mean, it's very basic, very simple information, but it's going to have a significant impact on your understanding of Old Testament events and particularly the prophets. It's incredible information, and not because I'm teaching it. I mean, I didn't invent this information. This is stuff that happened in Old Testament history, so it's not good because I'm teaching it. No, it's just really good information to have at your fingertips so that you can understand the Bible better. So that's going to be available as of Wednesday, December the 26th. Now, I'm going to do something that I haven't done before, and that is that on Wednesday, December the 26th, I'm actually going to release two videos. The first one is going to be this one that I just mentioned, which is a timeline of Old Testament events. But the second one is going to be an introduction to the prophet Joel. Now, I've done both of these videos before some time back, but I updated them. Okay, so maybe you've seen them before here on my channel. Of course, there isn't new information. I mean, stuff hasn't changed historically speaking, but I updated the information and I think added some stuff that gives a better understanding, both this timeline of events, but also an introduction to the prophet Joel, which incidentally, at least on this channel, the video that I did maybe about a year ago on an introduction to the prophet Joel, that's been the most viewed video that I've put out. Now, for my channel, the most viewed doesn't mean thousands and thousands of views. It's like 2,000 views, but that's a lot for this channel. But that tells me that people want to know this kind of information, and this information is just really valuable to have. So be on the lookout because I'm gonna make that available to you. Now, I explained this in one of the videos, which, by the way, I recorded today. Just today, I recorded this. I'm gonna put something up on the screen here so you can see it. I'm gonna give you just a peek of what's coming up. The way I'm going to do this teaching, I'm going to switch the screen here. I'm going to do a passage by passage teaching. Okay, not verse by verse, but passage by passage. I study the Bible in passages, and so, for example, the first passage that I'm going to teach on is Joel chapter 1, excuse me, verses 2 through 12. But what I'm doing, and I'm experimenting with this, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think about this, is that I'm teaching this right here that you see here. This is the passage, Joel 1, 2 through 12. But the way I break it down and I teach it is I'm doing a video because I separate each passage into paragraphs. That's how I break it down, into paragraphs. And so the videos I'm doing are going to be one video per paragraph of the entire passage. So this is what it is. This what you see highlighted, this is really one teaching, but it's divided into 4 videos. This is one passage broken up into 4 paragraphs. Each paragraph, it's going to be its own teaching. And so I'm gonna go through that. And the very first one, it's already available. Well, I mean, it's already ready. It's not available to you yet. It'll be available in a couple of weeks. But it's a teaching on this first paragraph right here. Let me highlight that. This first paragraph right there. That's the first teaching on Joel. I'm super excited about this because, again, this is a part of the Bible that I absolutely love. That I spent a significant amount of time studying and learning about this. Definitely don't know it all. Of course not. Of course not. But I do feel that I can bring some insight and teach you to understand this and to love this information a little bit more than maybe you do right now. I don't know. But that will really help you in your understanding of the prophetic literature and Joel in particular. So be on the lookout for that. Of course, I'll be publishing that here on this channel, making you aware of it on Facebook and on different outlets where you can get this information. So be on the lookout for that. That's what's coming up. And the plan is to go passage by passage through the entire book of Joel. There's so much there. Just fantastic, great information that's there in the book of Joel. So I'll be going through that, and I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to interact with you. If you have questions as I'm going through a teaching and you feel I didn't explain something well enough, I would love to hear from you, answer any questions that you might have. All right, so that's all I wanted to do tonight, just this brief update on what's coming up on the channel, a study on the prophet Joel, and I'm really looking forward to it. I had a lot of fun already doing the introduction, the historical timeline, and the first passage. Just had a blast doing it. So there you go. That's coming up in the upcoming weeks here on Equipped. Thank you so much for tuning in to this live YouTube live, or if you're watching on the reproduction or on the replay, thank you very much for taking time to watch. We'll be seeing you soon. God bless.